Okay, this is part two of the inspections and contract video. So if you haven't seen part one, go back and do part one. So part two, I'll jump right back in. I was on the as-is condition with inspections. This right here, I'm circling with my cursor. And so this is where if we find out that the sum of repairs is going to exceed that amount, in this case, the $2,500, again, I mentioned we can change that, then we have the ability to submit a repair amendment to the seller. The seller, let's say, there's 1,000 in electrical, let's say there's 1,000 in plumbing, and let's say there's 1,000 in HVAC, and we've gotten quotes to show that it is that amount. Then we have the ability, if you would choose, to turn in a repair amendment asking the seller to correct the contractual things. Now, it has to be contractual items. It can't be, the flooring is chipped and the sink in the vanity has stains on it. I mean, it can't be cosmetic things. It has to be actual contractual. Plumbing, electrical, furnace, air conditioning, the roof, structural. Now with the roof, if it is not leaking, it is not a contractual issue. I mean, it literally has to be a leak, has to be a defect. And we can dive more into that, but just to clarify that a little bit. So now let's say the seller says, I'm not doing anything. Then you have the ability to terminate the contract and get your earnest money back. If we negotiate some with the seller and you're happy with it, then they're going to do this, you're going to do that, whatnot, you're happy, we move forward. But we have, there's certain timeline there that we have to come to an agreement, and then you have to make a decision if you're moving forward or not, if you're happy with that agreement. So, and that's for another discussion, but just talking about kind of the process here. The next one is as-is condition with limited warranties. This, even though it doesn't say it right here, this does allow you to do inspections. So what this means is obviously any house, unless it's new construction, and we have a whole nother amendment to the contract if it's new construction, because that's a different ballgame. That you're getting a used house. So you're getting as-is condition. It's used, it's not perfect. It's going to have things wrong with it. It's going to have wear and tear on it. So that just comes with the territory there. So this C is basically you know it's not a new house. There's going to be things with it, but you expect everything to be in reasonable working order. The plumbing to be working, no active leaks, the electrical to be working, lights to be working, the furnace to be turning on, the air conditioner to be turning on if there's air conditioning, the roof not to be leaking, I mean, those things. So it to be structurally sound. So so if it is not, then we have an ability to turn in a repair amendment and request the seller to fix those defective items. Again, if they say no, take a hike, then we have the ability to terminate the contract. If they say yes, we'll correct all those things, then we're moving forward. The thing here too, you can see on line 87, it says reasonable working order, except that's where, like, let's say there's a fireplace and they've told us, hey, we believe everything's in working order except this fireplace. We capped it off. We've never used it. We're not repairing anything with that. It just is what it is. That's as is. That would be a place where we would put something like that. Or a lot of times we put appliances there because, all the appliances may work, but it's something where they're like, hey, we're leaving all the appliances, but if one of these appliances isn't working correctly, we're not replacing it. So that's where something like that would go in. So now I want to skip to page 5 real quick. And by the way, I don't know if you caught that at the end there. Wood infestation report, that's termite. That's actually a separate thing, separate timeline, separate caps on repair amounts as far as, canceling and that kind of stuff. And so that's for another video, another topic, but it is kind of its own separate thing for the termites. So skipping real fast to page 5, this is where if you are going to have inspections, and we've selected one of the inspection options on page 2, then here we go in and select which one. So buyer inspection, this is your general house inspection. If you want to do lead-based paint testing, right there. Mold inspection, right there. Radon, right there. Repair, if we saw something from the get-go, let's say we did see something leaking or whatnot, we could put that with an initial repair amendment with our offer. And then well and septic down here. Additional things, pool, fireplace, things like that, we could also add that in. So here is just, like I said, a quick intro into inspections and how that works with our contract. So we'll dive in more deeper when we have a conversation with it. Thanks for listening.